Guys, we're back around to take a look, a final look, the full review of the small Arion. You can see it spinning around in front of you. This is the White Mountain Knives exclusive titanium scale version. This thing is great. It's designed by my buddy Chris over at Cerberus Knives. This is a great little knife. This is another case where I like the small version better than the large. So let's go ahead, let's flip this around. We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at some specs and stuff like that and see how I liked it. So guys, we are finally getting back around to this. Now, it didn't take a long time to get back around to this. This is, like I said in the intro, the small Arion as they have it listed on White Mountain Knives, or the mini Arion. So first things first, we're gonna put a spec sheet up right here. It's the spec sheet off of White Mountain Knives. This is a reverse flick only titanium frame lock. This thing's a lot of fun and I like it a lot. There's not much I've found wrong with it. There's a lot of really good things about it. So first things first, we're gonna do some size comparison. Your first knife's gonna be the Artisan Sea Snake, designed by me. And yes, that's a fixed blade. I wanted to show you guys how small this knife is. Even as small as it is still larger than the Sea Snake. The full-size Arion is way bigger. And plus, I just wanted to remind you guys, it's almost Christmas, and these are available. Yeah, it's marketing. I need to bring this out in more videos. Your next knife is going to be the Hogue Knives X1 Mini Flip or Micro Flip, the X1 MF, a very small knife. This is a 2.5-inch blade on this. So you can see this is not a very big knife at all. And then as always, your final knife for comparison is going to be the Chris Reese Benza Large 21. So you can see this is not a very big knife. Tail to tail, this is a good bit smaller than this. So use this as comparison for those of you new to the channel, because a lot of people are going to know this is a really well-known knife. So you're going to have a good visual size reference of something that you're probably going to know the size of. So let's get this out of the way and start talking about this knife. First things first, I want to talk about the fact that this thing is just done gorgeously. Look at the micro milling on this titanium. It is not only really attractive and catches the eye, but it is a very comfortable tactile feel on it. It gives you grip, but it doesn't feel grippy, if that makes sense. It's not overly aggressive. So in and out of pocket, it doesn't play any, it doesn't have anything that is going to be in the way. It doesn't drag on the pocket, but it gives you enough tactile. It doesn't feel slippery. That's what I'm saying. So you're looking at a very nice drop point S35 VN blade on this that is done very well. If you guys remember when we did the video the first time, I still got a scar on my finger. I cut myself pretty well with it. I went in and down and got like up under the nail bed, and it was tender for quite some time. Nice big belly on this, nice and thin. If you're gonna do a mini version of a knife, this is how you do it. I actually like this better than the full-size Arion. I think it's a better all-around package in the titanium and everything. The behind the edge thickness on this is not bad at all. I can't find my calipers. The reason you guys haven't seen my calipers in a while, I don't know where they walked off to. I don't know if somebody took them or if they've just been misplaced. Have no idea. But that's why we're not doing behind the edge thickness. Like I said, reverse flick only with the aperture, which is adequate. It really is adequate. Now, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but definitely adequate just to have that reverse flick. The action on it is really good. Just shy of drop shot, little shake home. Very well done. The backspacer includes a spot for you guys that want lanyards. You always hear me bagging on lanyard holes. I'm not bagging on lanyards. I'm just saying I wish that everyone would do it this way or find a way to do it that is similar to this, where you're not uglying up the knife with a big lanyard hole. The package itself, nice and compact, fits in the hand really well, fits in the pocket really well. Great pocket clip on this. It's deep-ish carry, and the tension is just about perfect for all pants. There are no hot spots on this knife at all, even open. There's no spots that I would say are sharp or hot while in use. And it is very comfortable to get up on it and do detail cutting. And you can get on it and bear down and do some heavy cutting. Even though it's a little bit smaller, it does not feel like it's too small. it doesn't feel like a small knife. You still have ample cutting ability, and a lot of that is due to the blade shape. You've got a very long, drawn out blade edge, as opposed to feeling like it's snubbed off. Some knives, like I said, I don't like some knives that come down and then drop drastically on the belly. Even though they're longer, they feel like you have less usable edge. This just feels like a much more all-around usable blade because you've got so much available edge without it dropping off. You can cut and continue to cut. Screams through cardboard, and the finish has held up really well. Like I said, in and out of pocket, no real issues with the pocket clip, no hot spots. Really comfortable in hand, and it's a very attractive shape. I'm sorry, I keep pounding into the tripod this morning. I don't know what's going on. It is early morning, and I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done. But yeah, nice shape to this knife. Very attractive. So yeah, that's all the good points. There are a couple little negative things that I do have. Like I said, pretty much any knife that you do, with the good, there comes a little bit of bad. There are some trade-offs that you have on this knife. So let's go ahead and flip this around and look at some of the negatives from above. I only have two little critiques about this. They're very, very minor. The first being the jimping. The jimping is fairly soft, and I've noticed this on a few knives recently. It looks like the jimping was good, and then they did the tumble and finish on it, and it just softens those up. Jimping serves a purpose. Jimping is there to prevent you from doing this, from sliding forward on the blade. It allows you to get down on it. This one is not as bad as some others, but I definitely don't feel the traction that I feel on some other knives. Case in point, the Sebenza makes a case for itself to have almost perfect jimping. See that? I'm going nowhere. That is on there. I'll tear my thumbs up before I slide forward on that. And that's one of the things that I like. If you're not going to do aggressive jimping that serves the purpose of the jimping, I just rather it wasn't there. So there's the first one. And the only other thing is this should have been on the inside. If the pocket clip is going to be right there, this should have been on the inside, or the pocket clip should have been shifted or something. And the reason being is the pocket clip is right in the middle of that, and this still is, even though it's rounded a little bit, it's sharp enough that when you put this in a pair of pants, the material gets down in there and puts, now coming out of pants, not a problem, but sometimes you get in there, you hit that and you can feel it, and it feels like you're gonna pull your pants out. Now, if you're doing that in a pair of shorts or a pair of track pants, it could be an embarrassing situation where you pull your pants down. So that would be the only other thing. Like I said, I wish that was on the inside. I wish that there are so many companies that don't do that. The ones that I really love typically do that. Most of the knife companies that I really, really love do that because they know that can be an issue. So those are the only little critiques I've got about it. The only other thing I could say, on a small knife like this, it's not such a big deal because I'm not doing as much heavy work with something this small, but I wish that it had a little bit more weight forward. The weight distribution is a little bit off. Had they done some weight reduction in the handles, even though it's fairly light, had they done a little weight reduction in here, I think that would have shifted the weight closer to the pivot point. Like if you hold the pivot, you can definitely feel there's weight tail heavy on this. Now, for most people, that's not an issue. For me, that's one of my things. I love a little bit of weight towards either at the pivot is the central point, the balance point, or just a little forward of the pivot, so it has a little weight in the blade forward of the pivot. So other than that, I really don't see anything wrong with this knife. So guys, there you go. I'm not going to stand here and pontificate about it. I've got a lot of things to do, so we're going to turn this around. We do some final thoughts, send you out about your day. So there you go, guys. I really do like this a lot. I kind of wish there was an actual flipper version, but like I said, the reverse flick on it is adequate. It is awesome. It's a great, great package. And the lack of a flipper tab kind of makes it a little cleaner look. But yeah, great, great knife. You can pick them up over at White Mountain Knives. I don't have affiliate links with my White Mountain Knives yet, so you can go ahead and pick one up over there. I forget what the price was. It was 100 and something. I think they were 135. I don't remember. But guys, that's it on this one. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. But please try to tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. If you want to support the channel, it's as simple as like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell icon. If you do hit the bell icon, make sure you've got it set for all or you will not get notified of everything. And make sure you've got notifications turned on your device. And speaking of liking videos, guys, liking videos is the absolute best thing you can do to help a channel get up through the algorithm and get in front of more people. Liking the videos shows an interaction. So if you watch a video, any video, not just mine, any video, any channel you like, if you watch it for more than 30 seconds and you did not drop a like, you have not done the channels you love any good just by watching it. Other ways you can support the channel, though, there are a bunch of financial ways you can do it. First and foremost, I have a ton of affiliate links down below. They don't cost you anything at checkout. They directly support the channel. They give me a little bit of the money at checkout, and they don't add anything to the cost of your item. Other ways you can do it. I have a membership that is tier-based. All 3 tiers have access to my Gilded server. Baseline and premium tier members are entered into giveaways I do on the Gilded server. And the premium guys have access to a sharpening tutorial series that's here on YouTube behind that paywall. And the final way is I have a merchandise store over on Ember Shirt Co., where you can pick up my merchandise or other creators' merchandise at a discount if you use my coupon code CrazySharp. All one word, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp, all one word, saves you 10% at checkout. Guys, that's it on this one. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Keep it clean in the comments section. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video.